In news that has sent shockwaves across the globe, the Iranian president has died. This is more than just another headline. This event carries significant implications for the United States and the world as we know it. Let's take a step back. Iran, a key player in the Middle East, has been a constant feature in the global news cycle, often for its fraught relationships with Western powers. Now, with the sudden death of its president, the geopolitical landscape is teetering on the edge of a major shift. This seismic shift isn't confined to the realm of international politics. It has the potential to reverberate through our economy, our national security, and our everyday life. From the stability of global oil markets to our own personal safety, the ripple effects of this event are far-reaching and profound. In the wake of such a development, it's natural to feel a sense of uncertainty, maybe even fear. But knowledge is power. And understanding these potential risks is the first step in preparing for them. In this video, we're going to unpack the possible impacts of the Iranian president's death. We'll delve into the geopolitical implications, explore the potential threats to U.S. national security, and discuss the economic risks and market volatility that could ensue. But we're not stopping at just identifying the risks. We're also going to equip you with practical strategies to navigate these uncertain waters. From personal security measures to financial preparedness, we'll provide you with actionable tips to help you stay a step ahead. We'll also address common concerns and questions, debunk any misconceptions, and provide additional resources for further information. By the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of the situation and how to prepare for the potential aftermath. We don't have a crystal ball to predict the future, but we do have the power to prepare for it. Knowledge is your first line of defense, and action is your best weapon. In this video, we will explore the potential risks and how you as an American citizen can prepare. Let's delve into the potential geopolitical impacts of this development. To fully grasp the situation, we first need to understand the history of U.S.-Iran relations. It's a story of intrigue and tension stretching back over half a century. The U.S. and Iran have had a turbulent relationship marked by diplomatic standoffs, economic sanctions, and at times outright hostility. The death of the Iranian president has the potential to intensify these tensions or possibly open up new avenues for dialogue. Iran holds a unique and strategic position in the Middle East. It's a key player, influencing regional dynamics through its relationships and alliances. The leadership in Iran plays a pivotal role in shaping these dynamics, and any changes at the top can have wide-ranging impacts. So, what are the potential immediate and long-term geopolitical impacts? Well, the most immediate risk is that of instability in the region. The death of a leader can often create a power vacuum, leading to internal conflicts and strife. This could destabilize Iran and have knock-on effects throughout the Middle East. Changes in Iran's domestic and foreign policy are another possibility. Depending on the new leader, Iran's stance towards the U.S. and its approach to issues like nuclear proliferation could undergo significant shifts. We might see a hardening or softening of attitudes, each carrying its own set of challenges and opportunities. Then there's the impact on global oil markets. Iran is a major oil producer, and any upheaval can affect oil prices worldwide. This could lead to increased costs for consumers and businesses, adding economic stress to the geopolitical concerns. Experts have been weighing in on the situation, and the consensus is that we are entering a period of uncertainty. Some speculate that we may see a more aggressive Iran, while others predict a possible shift towards moderation. The truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. The geopolitical implications are vast and could significantly impact the U.S. It's a complex and evolving situation, one we'll need to watch closely in the coming months. Now, let's turn to the potential threats to U.S. national security in the wake of the Iranian president's death. We're facing a new era of uncertainty. One of the most immediate threats we must grapple with is the increased risk of cyber attacks. The digital world, as we've seen, can be a battlefield just as real as any physical one. With the U.S. and Iran having a history of digital skirmishes, the risk of cyber warfare has potentially escalated. From government systems to critical infrastructure, the potential targets are vast, and the repercussions severe. Then we have the dark specter of terrorism. We know Iran has ties to various militant groups, and a power vacuum could give rise to more radical elements. This could result in heightened terrorist activities, not just in the Middle East, but potentially on American soil as well. It's a sobering thought, but it's a risk we cannot ignore. Next, let's talk about the military aspect. The possibility of military escalations or even proxy wars is real. Iran's strategic location and its influence in the Middle East make it a crucial player in regional dynamics. Any shift in power or policy could lead to unpredictable military confrontations directly or indirectly involving the U.S. Finally, we need to consider the impact on U.S. military personnel and assets in the region. The Middle East is home to numerous American military bases and thousands of U.S. troops. Should tensions escalate, these personnel and assets could become targets, jeopardizing American lives and strategic interests. In essence, the death of the Iranian president has opened a Pandora's box of potential threats. It's a stark reminder that national security is not just about what happens within our borders, but also about understanding and responding to global events. The direct threats to U.S. national security are real and imminent. The situation is fluid and complex, and it requires our utmost vigilance. In the coming segments, we will delve into the economic implications and discuss how to prepare for these risks. Stay tuned. The death of the Iranian president could also have significant economic implications. The first domino to fall will likely be the global oil prices. Iran, as a key player in the oil industry, has the power to sway global prices. A sudden change in leadership could create instability, driving oil prices up. This could lead to higher prices at the pump, affecting the average American's budget. But the ripple effects don't stop there. The United States, along with other nations, might impose economic sanctions on Iran. This could disrupt international trade, causing further instability in the global supply chain. This means the cost of goods imported from Iran or its trading partners could rise. Everything from your morning cup of coffee to the tires on your car could become more expensive. In times of geopolitical uncertainty, stock markets tend to react unfavorably. The death of Iran's president could lead to significant stock market volatility. Investors might pull their money out of the market, fearing potential losses. This could trigger a downturn, affecting the value of your retirement or investment accounts. Furthermore, economic uncertainty can lead to job insecurity. Businesses might pull back on hiring or even lay off workers if they are concerned about the economic future. This could lead to higher unemployment rates and less consumer spending, which in turn could further depress the economy. Finally, let's talk about the everyday American. You might see the cost of living rise. Gas prices, grocery bills, and other expenses increase. You might also see your savings or investment values decrease as the stock market fluctuates. And if job insecurity becomes widespread, you might find it harder to find a job or feel secure in your current one. In summary, the economic risks and market volatility following the death of the Iranian president could impact everything from the price you pay for gas to the stability of your job. This is a complex and rapidly evolving situation with potential effects reaching far beyond Iran's borders. The economic risks and market volatility could have significant impacts on your daily life. So, what can you do to prepare for these potential risks? Firstly, let's talk about personal security measures. It's crucial to stay informed with reliable news sources. In a world where misinformation can spread like wildfire, discerning fact from fiction is more important than ever. Remember, knowledge is power. Also, strengthen your cybersecurity measures at home. With the potential for an uptick in cybercrime, safeguarding your digital world is non-negotiable. And don't forget, vigilance in public spaces can be a lifesaver. Awareness of your surroundings can help you spot and avoid potential threats. Now, on to financial preparedness. Diversifying your investments and maintaining an emergency fund can help to cushion the blow of any economic shocks. Consider stockpiling essential goods to mitigate price hikes. Non-perishable food items, medical supplies, and household necessities could be worth their weight in gold during a crisis. And remember, maintaining financial stability during economic uncertainty is a marathon, not a sprint. Take it step by step, and don't be afraid to seek professional advice. Lastly, we have emergency preparedness. It's wise to update and review your emergency plans. This includes family communication strategies and evacuation routes. Make sure your emergency kits are well stocked with food, water, and medical supplies. And don't underestimate the power of community involvement and local support networks. In times of crisis, strength in numbers can make all the difference in a nutshell. All being prepared means being proactive. It's about anticipating potential risks and taking steps to mitigate them. It's about having a plan and the resources to execute that plan. It's about being resilient in the face of uncertainty and confident in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. Proactive preparedness is key to navigating these potential risks. So let's roll up our sleeves and get ready. Because when it comes to preparing for the unexpected, there's no time like the present. Let's look at some specific strategies to prepare. First, let's talk about bugging. And this is when you decide to stay put and fortify your home against potential threats. Enhancing your home security can involve anything from installing stronger locks and security systems to more extensive fortifications next. It's crucial to maintain a stockpile of non-perishable foods and clean water. Aim for enough supplies to last each person in your household for at least 2 weeks. Remember, in a crisis, supermarkets may quickly run out of essentials, so it's wise to be prepared. Another key aspect of bugging in is having a reliable home energy solution. This could be solar panels or generators, which can provide power if the grid goes down. It's also worth considering backups for heating and cooking, such as propane or wood-burning stoves. Now, let's move on to bugging out. This is when you need to leave your home due to an immediate threat. The first step here is identifying and securing a bug-out location. This could be a remote cabin, a friend's house in another town, or even a designated campground. Your bug-out bag should contain essential items such as food, water, first aid supplies, and important documents. Don't forget things like a map, compass, and multi-tool. It's also crucial to plan and practice evacuation routes. Finally, let's address some of your questions about these risks. One common question is about the likelihood of these threats. While it's impossible to predict exact scenarios, it's essential to remember that preparedness isn't about living in fear. It's about being ready for any situation so you can keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Another question we often get is about the cost of preparing. It's true that some aspects of preparedness can be expensive, but many strategies like creating an emergency plan or learning new skills are free. And remember, the cost of not being prepared can be much higher. These strategies can help you stay one step ahead in the face of potential risks. We've received some questions and concerns from viewers that we'd like to address. First, some have asked about the likelihood of a direct military confrontation between the U.S. and Iran. While we don't have a crystal ball, it's important to remember that military confrontations are often the last resort, not the first. Both nations understand the severe consequences of such an event. That's not to say that risks don't exist. They do. But they often manifest in indirect ways like cyber attacks or proxy wars. Second, there's a question about the impact on daily life in the U.S. This can be a bit more complex, yes. Geopolitical events can affect everyday life in various ways, such as fluctuations in oil prices, which could lead to increased costs at the gas pump and higher prices for goods and services. However, the degree of these impacts can vary and is often influenced by numerous factors, including government policies and global market forces. Another question we've received is whether these events could lead to a full-blown economic recession. While it's possible, it's also important to remember that economies are resilient and have weathered numerous crises in the past. Preparation, not panic, is the key. Diversify your investments, maintain an emergency fund, and stay informed. There's also been a concern about the need for physical preparedness. While the probability of a direct physical impact on U.S. soil is low, it's always a good idea to be prepared for emergencies. This includes having a well-stocked emergency kit, a family communication plan, and a solid understanding of your local evacuation routes. Lastly, for those seeking more information, we recommend reliable news sources like the Council on Foreign Relations, the Atlantic Council, and the Center for Strategic and International Studies. These organizations provide in-depth analyses and updates on global events and their potential impacts. We hope we've addressed your concerns and provided you with useful information. Let's quickly recap the key points we've discussed today. The recent death of the Iranian president has significant implications for the United States, from geopolitical impacts, potential threats to national security, to economic risks and market volatility. It's crucial to understand these risks and prepare accordingly. Personal security measures, financial preparedness, and emergency preparedness are all vital components of this readiness, from staying informed with reliable news sources, diversifying investments, to updating emergency plans. Each step contributes to our resilience in the face of uncertainty. We've also talked about specific prepper strategies such as enhancing home security and planning evacuation routes. Remember, preparation is the key to survival. So if you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and share. Our members have access to various resources and additional content that can help further in preparedness. Stay prepared, stay informed, and remember, we're all in this together.